Hey there guys, Mooky here, and I'm back with another part of What If Izuku Was the Reincarnation of Noctis. This is part 12. In the last part, Izuku and Shoto, Kirishima, and Kaminari began training with each other for the sports festival, with Izuku being the class representative of the first years, because he got the highest points in the entrance exam, basically giving off his speech on why he wanted to become a hero, no matter what. With them beginning the first event. So, with that said, let's get into this. As Midnight basically tell them what the first event would be, being the obstacle course race. With that, they would all leave the Coliseum, soon circle around it, and then head back in. First one that gets through the obstacles all on their own will win. So, that's as everyone prepares. Soon, Midnight tells them to all begin. As everyone prepares to head out of the Coliseum, President Mike and Aizawa basically give out some commentary, as President Mike asks, "So, Aizawa, it looks like everything's starting to go on a swing. What do you think would be the worst obstacle for all the students right now?" As he tells them, the door. After that, everyone soon looks at the door as all the other students trying to get out and push out. However, Shoto, just like he did in canon, basically freezes everybody and even the entrance, trapping them out there and making it he's the first one to go. Soon after, he puts his left hand on behind him and soon releases a fire blast, while also using his ice to propel him a little bit forward, causing him to move a lot more faster than he did before. As he soon says, "Izuku taught me how to use this to increase my speed. This should help me out a lot more." As soon, everyone else in Class 1A, just like before, also get out, being Momo, Bakugo, Aoyama, and many, many others as well. As Izuku also was able to get out beforehand, because one of his swords he threw out there before he got trapped, soon warp striking to it and pulling the sword out of the ice, saying, that tricky bastard, Shoto, you're something else, you know that." As he pulls the sword out, and it soon disappears and heads back and runs as fast as he can, thinking, why did I help him so much? As while Shoto's doing this, he is still basically ahead of everybody while using his flames and his ice at the same time. The reason being, he's using at least 5% of One For All. As Izuku basically gave him the advice when they were training, telling him if he can't handle One For All just yet, since he doesn't have the body, at least use a small fraction of it, like only at least 5% or up to at least 10, and that's it. Any higher and he might actually end up killing himself. With that, Shoto listens to Izuku. Right now, this is basically Shoto's own version of One For All Full Cow. As he keeps on going, he soon stopped by the 0 pointers and soon deactivates One For All as well, as he thinks, so these were the 0 pointers during the entrance exam. They look scary, but they're nothing to me. As Shoto does a huge ice attack over and basically freezes one of the 0 pointers like it was nothing, with a couple other robots, being the 1 pointers, 2 pointers, and 3 pointers, try to stop the other participants. As Kaminari thinks, alright, don't go over my voltage, channel it. And also, as he channels his lightning and while he has a special glove that allows him to manipulate and conduct his lightning easier, and soon create a lightning whip. Doing this, he stuns the robot for a bit, not destroying it, but also not completely frying it either, like he normally would, but just using his quirk all crazy. He soon makes it, saying, "It works! Hell yeah, it works! Thank you, Izuku." As he runs past it and trying to as soon saying, "But he didn't do anything about the damn 0-pointers!" As soon he was about to get crushed by one of them before Kirishima comes up with his shield, holding back the 0-pointer from crushing his friend, saying, "Hey, Denki, you think you could, I don't know, move? Why don't you?" Saying, "Sure, thanks, Ejiro." Saying, "Don't mention it." As he moves his shield out of the way and moves out of the 0-pointer to crushing him, thinking, "Ugh, you gotta be kidding me." Well, at least I can work with the shield until I get enough muscle mass to use that sword. As soon he puts his shield back up and heads out and continues going forward, with Izuku still trying to catch up with Shoto, realizing that Bakugo is also ahead of him as well, with a couple other people like Ida too, with Izuku thinking, "Damn it, if I could use Warp Strike continuously without tiring out, I would actually do that, but I freaking can't, damn it." Is getting pissed off at this. He's soon passed by another person in his class, being, well, his girlfriend, Ochako, as she waves and also blows a kiss to him, with that of a smug smile too, saying, "You gotta be kidding me!" Feeling really annoyed, he tries running faster and faster, even though he's causing himself to be more tired than before. They soon head to the next obstacle, being a tightrope area. As everyone tries to climb on the rope without trying to fall, with Shoto actually using his ice to skate on the rope easily, as many others who didn't really have a problem, like Suyu and also Hatsume as well, who basically used one of her support items. As for Izuku, he basically threw one of his swords, and if he ever feels like he missed a gap, he can just basically stab it through the concrete, and then throw it up in the air, allowing him to teleport onto the ledge easily, and soon makes it through this. He actually gets a lot farther than he did before because of this. Next up, being the last obstacle, being the minefield, where Shoto has no problems and thinks and most likely is going to be the first one to take first place. However, there's only one problem for that to happen, that being Bakugo, of course, as Bakugo is more aggressive than he was before, as he wants to beat Shoto more than anything besides beating Izuku. After that, but as both of them began fighting for first place, Ida basically wipes out at first, with Izuku realizing, well, there's no way in hell I'm going to get past this without setting off a couple of mines. Even if I wanted to sense their pressure, I would most likely make one error and soon, boom, I'm done for. As he begins thinking, I got a better idea. As he pulls out one of his broadswords and begins seeing on how many mines he can dig up, with Jiro noticing this but doesn't do anything and doesn't bother. As soon he has a lot of mines all in a small ditch. As his broadsword disappears, he soon brings out the shield of the just and holds onto it for dear life. It says, "Here goes nothing," and I'm not gonna lie, this has to be the dumbest idea I've ever done besides fighting against the 0-pointer. As he soon runs up to them and lands on them. as the Shield of the Just basically takes the full brunt of the explosion, sending him flying across the minefield and into the air. As there, both Shoto and Bakugo seeing Izuku flying in the air, with Shoto and Bakugo Shoto saying, "Well, that's Izuku for you, thinking outside the box as usual." As Bakugo saying, "Damn you, Deku! Get back here! I'm not letting you beat me!" As both of them rush as fast as they can, as Izuku realizes, "Crap, I'm not gonna make it. And if I land, I'm gonna most likely get hit by tons of bombs. What the hell am I?" As Izuku realized, "I got an idea, but it's gonna make me tired as hell once I get into the Coliseum." As while he has his body onto the Shield of the Just, he brings out the Sword of the Wise, as he throws it as far as he can, all the way across the minefield, and soon he warp strikes to it. And there, he puts away the Shield of the Just and both the Sword of the Wise, and runs as fast as he can before both Shoto and Bakugo can catch up with him. As he's almost close to the Coliseum entrance, Shoto soon comes up behind him with using at least 8% of One for All, passing him by in just a few seconds, realizing, "Sorry, Izuku, but I gotta win this too." As it passes him, and Shoto taking first place. After that, everyone cheers for the son of the number 2 hero, as even Izuku, out of breath, tired as hell, and feeling exhausted, as he isn't really mad. If anything, he's glad that his friend won, more than anything, and has a big dopey grin on his face. As for Bakugo, he's pretty pissed that he lost, actually, as saying, "Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! You can't expect. How can I lose to that half-and-half bastard?" As Izuku saying, "Oh, lighten up, Kachan. He won fair and square. Gotta give him that." As saying, "Why are you so relaxed about this? You should be pissed too that you lost." As saying, "Unlike you, I don't let things get to me too easily." As saying, "Why you?" With everyone else making it into the Coliseum as well, with 4th place, as everyone is in the same place as they were before. The only difference being Shoto is in 1st place and Izuku is in 2nd. Well, after that, Midnight soon explained the next event being the cavalry battle. For this event, they would need to be in a team of 2 or more, being up to 4 people, as they'll have a head and 2 will be the back, while 1 will be the forward horse. And soon, they'll also need to steal other people's headbands to get hot to reach the next event of the sports festival. Depending on the group will be how much point stats they have in the beginning. As Midnight soon explained that the person in first place will have 10 million points. As Shoto hears this, with Izuku looking at Shoto, as Shoto began feeling overwhelming presence all around him, as all eyes are on him. Feeling this pressure as he began feeling for the first time in a long time, ever since he was a child, the pressure of fear. He hasn't felt that ever since he was a kid. And now he actually feels it. And it's not actually good at all. As soon, Midnight tells everyone to pair up in their teams. As both Kirishima, Kaminari, and Izuku are all together, as Shoto basically runs up to all 3 of them saying, "Guys, please, you have to be on my team. I mean, I know a lot of people would probably want to be on my team after what I've done, but some people were actually terrified of being on my team, being that we're the number one target. So, you care to help me out? As Izuku saying, yeah, about that, Shoto. Saying, oh, come on, don't tell me you guys are afraid now. As Kaminari thinks, wow, Shoto is really actually afraid for the first time. He thinks, as Kirishima says, yeah, this is literally the first time ever I've seen Shoto actually terrified and wanting our help wanting our help without feeling nervous. As all three of them say, that's not gonna happen, as we all decided something. As saying, what? It's true we all would support you and we would all support each other and our dream of becoming heroes. That's true, and it's still a thing. As with Kaminari saying this, Kirishima soon added, but we all want to become heroes too. We all want to shoot for number one. We're not just here to help each other out. With Izuku saying, don't get us wrong, Shoto. We all want to help you deeply and truly. However, we all have to work on ourselves sometimes and think for ourselves. As for you, you're going to need to get your own team and get your own group to help you out. So, care to think you can do it? As saying, after all, you said that you're supposed to be All Might's successor. You gotta choose the kind of team that you would want in a situation like this, after all. After that, Shoto hearing those words and saying, you're right, I have to choose a team, and I have to prove that I can be a leader, just like you, Izuku. So, I promise you, I'll win this event, just like I did the other one, and I'll move on to the next one. And saying, alright, the same also goes for you guys. I don't plan on being on the same team with the rest of you. As Kaminari saying, yeah, I guess that's true. Well, I'll see you guys around, if you guys can find a good team. As Kirishima says, yeah, I'll prove that I'll take you guys down, and I know the perfect person to work with. As Izuku looks at him with that of a annoyed and smug look on his face, as saying, is it Kachan? Saying, yeah, it's Bakugo. Saying, good luck, bud. As saying, I'm going to need it. As he soon heads to Bakugo, as Izuku saying, so, who am I going to? As he begins looking around, he soon feels like somebody tapping him on the shoulder, as saying, who could? As he's soon kissed, and who other but his girlfriend, Ochako, is saying, hey there, Izuku, saying, oh, here you are, Ochako. So, you want to be part of my team? Saying, of course. You think I'm going to leave you on your own? Like, what kind of girlfriend would I be? Gives that of a warm and comforting smile, as Izuku looks at this and basically looks back as he soon grabs his heart, saying, God, she is way too cute for me. As Ochako basically becomes worried for Izuku, as she asks, are you okay? Saying, yep, I'm fine, totally fine. As they soon look around for another teammate, as Izuku began thinking and realized he knows the perfect two people who are worthy to be on their team. As he goes up to Shoji before Mineta could even say anything, and he also talked to Tokoyami, as he wants both of them to be on his team, as he wants Shoji to basically become their full-on shield and their front horse, with Tokoyami to be their back horse, as he would use Dark Shadow to grab headbands without the other participants noticing, as he hopes that they would join. As at first, Shoji didn't want to, but realized that Izuku's strategy would work pretty well, knowing that Shoji is pretty strong and has a pretty good defense too. Not only that, Tokoyami would also become their side defense as well by using Dark Shadow, since his quirk is limited in the daytime, and also using it as only for sneaking around to get headbands too would be perfect. As Ochako, as we realize, so we got our team. As he would be there, basically would be their head of the horse with his warp strikes and them hanging on to him. He would be able to. They would be warping alongside with him, so it'd be easier. As for Kaminari, well, he actually struggled a little bit. It ended up being on a team with both Ejiro, Toru, and Sato, as after all. Shoto, he still has the same people to be on his team, being Ida and Momo. As for his other member being Hatsume, of course. As of course she would really want to be part of Shoto's team because he has he'll all eyes would be on him, having 10 million points after all. As Shoto realized that he would need any advantage he can get, so of course he actually allowed Hatsume to be part of his team. With that, and Kirishima's still part of Bakugo's team, just like Canon. So, with that said, everyone is now ready for the second event of the sports festival, being the cavalry battle. With President Mike giving them the go, as everyone scrounge around trying to get points, with Bakugo going straight for Shoto, as like always, because he would have gone after Izuku, but this time he realized that he should go after the one with the highest points. He would take other headbands as well, but he didn't really care too much about them. As for Izuku, he didn't go straight for Shoto off the bat. He went for other teams first, and then went for Shoto. As for Kaminari, well, let's just say he didn't do so hot, being on the team that he's on, after all. As soon the sports fest, the second event, the cavalry battle begins, rounding down to its final moment, with Izuku facing against his closest friend, Shoto, as the two of them have a standoff, as Shoto tries using his flames to basically stop Izuku's team. However, Izuku uses the Shield of the Just and Shoji's duple arms to make an impenetrable shield to block the flames. As not only that, Tokoyami tries getting headbands from other people while also trying to sneak around to get the 10 million points from Shoto's team. However, Momo began switching out the headbands like crazy over time, as they got at least a couple of headbands in the process, besides just dodging everybody and keeping their distance from everyone else, as that was Izuku's original plan. As for Shoto, thinking outside the box. However, even so, Izuku did not relent. Even though that he knows he has quite a bit of points, he wasn't going to let his friend beat him, no matter what it took. As Bakugo soon comes up as well, as he also wanted to get the points from Shoto, and also wanted to basically rub it in Izuku's face, with soon coming down to the ladder, as the cavalry battle ends, with everyone soon getting down and showing their points, with the ones having the highest points being Shoto's team, of course, second being Izuku's, third being Bakugo's, and fourth being Shinso's as well. As he soon tilts his hat, saying, "Pleasure doing business with you all. If anything, I appreciate the help. And after saying this, he just walks off as Izuku looks at Shinso with a pissed off look saying, damn, he actually got this far too? What the hell did he do? I don't. As soon Ochako saying, Izuku, you okay? Is saying, yeah, I'm fine. Don't, seriously, you worry too much about me. As he puts off that of a brave face. But as she soon slaps his face with both her hands, saying, what's this for? Saying, you're going to tell me everything. You got it? No more secrets. You better tell me. As soon both Shoji and Tokoyami saying, I think we should basically keep out of this. With Tokoyami saying, agreed, my friend, agreed. Before they could talk, Midnight soon explained about the next event. However, before she could say anything, Ejiro soon says, I can't go to the next event. I'm dropping out. After this, everyone is surprised and shocked as soon Shoto from Class 1B also drops out as well, as both of them said the same thing, that they felt like they were being mind controlled, that they don't remember anything that they did during the second event at the sports festival, and feeling like they didn't earn it. They didn't deserve getting this far with their own skills. With that, they soon drop out, with Midnight allowing it. Just like in canon, both Shirazu and Tetsu take their place. However, the bracket is a lot more different since, well, Kaminari isn't part of it now. As the one who's going to be replacing Kaminari is, well, Hatsume, and the one replacing her is Shoji. So, somewhat different, but different order. Same order, but just different people. Just different people, after all. As for that, they soon say that they'll be having a tournament bracket, as the one who's left standing will be the winner of the sports festival. After that, Izuku is hyped, and as before he could say anything, he soon has a hand on his shoulder, as he realizes that it's Ochako, as she has that of a pissed smile, as she's saying, you and I are going, like I said, we're going to talk. As Izuku saying, yes, of course. As they walk off with both Kirishima, Kaminari, and Shoto, as all three of them looking in the distance, seeing their friend and leader basically go off, with Kaminari saying, well, that's what happens when you have a girlfriend, as Kirishima says, but didn't you really want a girlfriend? As Kaminari saying, don't remind me, Ejiro, with Shoto giggling a little bit to himself, but realize that she probably wants to know why Izuku has been pretty pissed. Tell me you guys haven't noticed, with both of them nodding, and also worried for their friend. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I would love to hear them. Also, like and subscribe, which really helps out my channel a lot. At any rate, this is Mooky, signing out. Later.